Recording, or are we just live on Facebook? Huh?
I said, I'm glad you're recording. We first got on here and you switched the host over. Think I'll download it from Facebook later. All right, that was not a goddammit for you guys. It was a goddammit for Derek. Okay, and Marlon, Dorothy, and Elise, you guys are up next. So Dorothy, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dorothy. Happy birthday
to you.
Yay!
Yay.
What are you grateful for today, honey? If I did that, she's not even on the call. I'm going to bitch slap somebody with a crowbar. All right. Well, Dorothy, I'll get the crowbar ready. We'll come back to you later. Stephanie, what are you grateful for today, honey?
I'm grateful for this community.
We are so grateful for you too. We are.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here, honey. Marlon, what are you grateful for today?
Hi, I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Really, like Stephanie said, I'm grateful for the community and grateful to be a part of this family. So thank you.
We're glad you're here. You keep stepping up. I missed your picture right now, so you must be on your phone or something. Elise, what are you grateful for today, my dear?
I'm grateful for you.
Oh, I'm grateful for
all of you, really. But individually, all of you have made such a huge impact on me just from getting to be a part of this. So every individual, not just collectively the community, but individually, all of you guys.
Oh, that's very well said. I could not agree more. And today I'm grateful for Adderall. So I'm so glad you guys made it here and we were able to come together as a community. Today is going to be a little different. We're not going to have a guest presentation. What I wanted to do is find out where you are. So those of you who are watching on Facebook, this includes you as well. I want to know where you are in your business and how we can support you as a community. So little update on what we've been doing with the nonprofit and what we're doing as far as Investor Party and what we're trying to grow here. We closed on our first flip last Wednesday. Yay! Oh my God, I'm terrified. First flip as a nonprofit. So now we've got to go ahead and do this on a shoestring budget. We're doing this on purpose so that we actually use resources outside of the norm to try to get this as a promotion out there. Yes, we could spend $15,000 easily on this flip, but we're only going to be doing 10, which would be a stretch. It's a very small, dinky condo, but it needs a full overhaul. Okay, so we're going to be reaching out to our community members as a way of spreading the word of what we're doing, and as well as a way of publicity on social media, which we're all going to be talking about. So we've done a lot today to get things moving because, well, we've got a lot to do. Derek, why don't you recount what we've done today so far that you've seen me do?
As far as today with the condo, what all we did, yeah.
That's a good question, so sure.
We went to the Restore, went to the Habitat for Humanity. You know, we had the idea that why not work with other nonprofits, and you know they work with building houses and redoing houses, and so why not partner up with them? And we got a little bit of headway on that. Went and checked out some scratch and dent appliances that could work for the condo so that we can save some dollars there and keep feeding these kids.
Yeah, so let's back up a little bit forward too, because it's we have so much that we've got to get going. We're trying to find other resources, right? That's really what we're doing. And when people start building their businesses, they expect it to come out of the box already made. People forget that when you're an entrepreneur, you're literally creating your business from concepts, from a conceptual idea into an actual reality. And Investor Party is an example of how quickly it can grow. We started this back in like the week after COVID quarantine. Like it was literally that next week, right, Elise? I think that's what it was. And I started doing it as real talk and wanting to make people laugh. A lot of investors started coming on because, you know, they were crying when people weren't paying their rent and trying to get their businesses started. And we just started sharing information and stories and supporting one another. We then went through the riots together and talking about what's going on there, which is still not done. Do not forget that all lives matter when Black lives matter. Okay, so I'm not gonna let that go. Learn a lot, keep pushing yourself, people grow. Autumn, if you saw that, love you. And, but beyond that, we're trying to share resources together so we actually can grow this as a bigger, more inclusive social mission around the country. And in 4 months, we have grown from me just talking randomly on Zoom to actually having a COO, a VP, a marketing team of like 3 people, a gopher who's sitting here who is doing pretty much everything I ask him to do and whatever at least puts him on. And everyone in the community is now giving back, which is amazing. In some form, everyone's growing this organization and supporting the mission. And it's been so humbling. I thank you guys so much. Now, today, what we did after we did our first journaling and meditation and stuff like that we had to do, we decided to go to CNS Appliances to see what we could find for dented, I didn't know they had this, but for used appliances that were dented or damaged. And you can use those appliances in rental properties. Now, why is that? Well, in lower income properties or in rental properties, they're just happy to have an appliance that works. Now, I personally like to get new appliances for those properties because they have a warranty. But this place actually does have a warranty that they put on to their appliances. A lot of the dents and banged up issues are in the back where people don't see them. So that's all right. It looks great from the front. No one's going to pull the oven out. I mean, how often do you pull your oven out and clean behind it? Be real.
It's ding and dent appliances. I used to work for Whirlpool back in college. So like when they would ship products, if it would come off the truck damaged, they would just send it back to the warehouse, but then resell it at a cheaper price because it was damaged, but it's still like perfectly working appliances. So yeah, no, it's a thing. It really is a thing.
I did not know you worked at Whirlpool.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You just sold stuff?
I was just on the delivery aspect of it in college.
So you were in charge of lifting things?
No, I actually ran the logistics, scheduled appointments for deliveries and all that kind of stuff. So
you got a lot more boring. Okay, mute yourself. All right, so then we did the things. Hello, Michael. Hello, Autumn. Welcome, guys. So we went and saw this, which is really interesting. We got a quote, and it was really fascinating. We could get a, let me see. Do we have the picture here, Derek? Do I have it? I think I have it right here. Like we can get all sorts that we looked at a lot of dryers. Well, I made videos. I'm gonna make a video and post it on Facebook later today. But the we can get a fridge for $220. We can get a stainless steel dishwasher for $145. We can get a stove for $275. So clearly a lot of savings as we've got to really hone in on our budget and watching how we do this flip. All right, so we had that idea, and as we're going and driving there, Derek had a brilliant idea about calling Habitat for Humanity. Derek, who is Habitat for Humanity? Unmute yourself.
That's right. My space bar wasn't working. I don't know what to, Habitat for, so Habitat for Humanity, they go around and help families that can't get traditional lending to get into a home and provide them with a no interest loan that is, and that they get to pay off over 30 years. I think they keep the mortgage in-house, and they actually get sponsors for the builds, like get people to sponsor the builds and then go in and get everything done. The people whoever's getting in it, put sweat equity in, like for an example, like the kids maybe that are here putting sweat equity into places. But,
have you ever seen these kids sweat?
Not unless they're sitting outside for too long. But that we're going to change that. That's what we're here for. Change that. So
Pamela's seen them do some work, actually, haven't you, Pamela? Moving furniture.
I saw the girls do a lot of work.
Yeah, Allie puts her butt into it.
Allie did it, and there was another girl, right?
That would have been Gayla. Yep.
Yes, and the boy's still with you, still doing the same thing, right? On the couch. That's where he is now. Yeah, it's Eric. You're laughing. You know who I'm talking about. Not Matthew. At least Matthew knows how to cook dinner. Well,
So, okay, awesome. So Habitat for Humanity, what I love is that Derek was so excited when he learned about their business model, which is something that I've been learning as I've been going through my nonprofit side, but it's how you hold assets so that you can actually create a self-sustaining business model. Habitat for Humanity has to bring money in so that when their founder passes away, their mission can continue. That's the same thing we are doing. So by acquiring properties like we're doing and turning into cash producing assets, whether they're rentals or they're seller finance, or we hold the mortgage, we have the bank, that's how we start creating a self-sustaining model that promotes more community growth, changes families and entire communities and developments. So that's what we are working towards, as long as you guys see what's going on there. Now, this is all coming to what today's call was supposed to be about. What we need as a community and what we can offer and what we can brainstorm. It's really easy last night, for those of you who are on Real Estate Survivor, for those of you who are not, that's okay. Season 2 is about to start in a little bit. Stock Market Survivor is starting next week. So if you want to sign up for that, go ahead to stockmarketsurvivor.com and go ahead and sign up for that. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But if you were part of Real Estate Survivor last night, we had a call about getting over your fears, your mental blocks and things that are holding you back, your limiting beliefs. And even though we've been a community together and we're saying, hey, if you get stuck, call us and reach out. Hey, if you don't do the transaction, call your mentor, call your chief, call the people in charge, go out and doing it. Even though we say it, when it comes time to make those calls, a lot of people are freezing because they forget that that's literally the solution, is to ask for help. So we've been devising strategies and events together so that we have people cold calling together or doing marketing together or mixing up groups so that we can actually see what dynamics work best for everybody. And so now we're going to start talking about what we need as a community so you don't have to worry about doing this on your own anymore. So I'm going to do I have a volunteer? Who would like to say something that they need right now from a community, from our community? Deslin's like, I just got here. Okay. Nelson, COO, what do we need from our community?
Gosh, we have long stuff. Mobile home challenge stuff.
Robin is the one that's in charge of that division. She has been doing an incredible job with Jose. So Robin's actually, we're lucky to have her on the call. Robin, let me tell you, this woman has been acquiring properties for the past 8 years. She's been on the luxury end of real estate. She's been on the construction end. She's been on the VA end, the wholesale. She is very, very well versed in what we do. So then when we had this idea, Jose and I had this idea of he was coming down. We're going to put some properties for contract. Lisa's going to join us. So is Kim. So is Trevor. All these people are going to come down. Of course, Jose comes down. And we start creating this brainstorm of stuff. And I knew when he was going to come down, we were going to start building systems. Robin is the queen of building systems. And what she doesn't do, she has someone else implement for her. So she's really brilliant at that stuff. Robin, what have you learned from doing our mobile home beta testing?
Well, so before Jose got here, I took a couple mobile home courses, and honestly, I felt like I didn't really get anything from them. And it's only because I've been in this industry for so long. So somebody that was maybe new, they would probably have much value to it. But when Jose came, he put it into to the field. So we actually went driving for dollars. We actually went to a mobile home park. We put in an offer. He showed me around. He showed me what to look for, and it's the same. I mean, if you're buying real estate, it's the same thing. You look for the roof, you look for the floors. all that. But then once you get under contract, the whole transaction part is completely different. So that's where I was getting stuck in my own head, and I was getting a little bit afraid, if I'm being vulnerable and honest. And we were on the phone one day, and he said, I feel that. Like, I feel like you're being afraid, and I feel like you're hesitating. Like, tell me what you're thinking right now. And I said, you're right, I am. I haven't done one, so I'm afraid. And he said, you put an island, like you were working on an island. You were working on, a tower in Vegas. This is a $7,000 mobile home. Like, shut up, bitch. He didn't say that, but he was like, he kind of like, he put me in my place. He like brought me to reality, and he was right. And then I just started working with him more and more, and I saw his program, and he has like this great 7-week program. And I said to him, this is ridiculous. Like, why are you spending so much time? You need to condense this into like a 2-day event, once every other month or something like that. So then we just hit the ground running, and we created a 2-day event. And it's just, it went from this to this, and we're only like 3 weeks into this. So it's really exciting.
It feels like it. It's only been a week and a half. It was a week Sunday. This coming Sunday is 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
I know. It's been insane. If you recall, Elise was here like 48 hours ago. Not even.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but it's really, really good. And the one thing that I love working with Jose is that he really cares about the people. So when you work with somebody who has the same heartbeat as you do, and you care about people and you want to change people's lives, even though you lose a ton of sleep, it's worth it, because in the end that, people are going to get out of poverty, and they're going to create generational wealth. And who doesn't want to get excited about helping people do that? I do.
So a lot of the things that I love is, and Rob and I were working on a lot of those deals together with the island and the casino. I sent you that message yesterday. Hey, look, the Tropicana's for sale. Anybody wants to buy a casino? Ready to go. It's okay. You just need like 30 million down. It's fine. Anyway,
I'll write a check.
Yeah, that's right. I was just going to write it out of my blood. But part of it is when you start dealing with properties that could literally change your life, because they are the price point that changes your life, it's more tangible. And you get more frightened because it could actually work. And you don't really know if you're ready for that change. You see, it was much easier for Robin and I to work on large projects because they took long enough. And if one of them closed, it would not only change our lives, but our entire family's lives and generations to come. So it was much easier to procrastinate by working on deals that were too big for us to take down. So when we actually started doing deals that actually can be taken down by an average human being in the United States, middle class, basic education, whatever it is, it's scary because we don't know how to handle wealth. One of the things that I learned and I want to give my community is permission to know that you're allowed to find out what good money will do for you. All right? What good can come of these transactions. And you don't have the skill sets yet to handle what that wealth looks like for you. You don't, but you're going to. As you start building those transactions and you start seeing the results come of it, and by the way, money is just a small part, but you start seeing all the other abundance that comes with it, you're going to get those skills available to you so you can manage that blessing. You can manage that money, that experience, and continue to harvest it, okay? So the team is incredibly important. You do not have to worry about it on your own. So that's something for you guys to think about. Robin, what do you need to help with the mobile home transactions right now?
Okay, what do I need? I mean, money's always good. If somebody wants to invest with us, that's fantastic.
And if you're looking to do that, reach out to me because I am the one, that's my division.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't say
I
that
know somebody too.
Honestly, I can't say that I need anything because I have this incredible team of Pam and Bo that just freaking have rocked my world and have just exceeded every expectation. I've never been able to rely on anybody before, and to be able to just give a task and see that it's done, it's pretty freaking amazing. So I love them so much. They're my rock stars. But yeah, I don't really need anything. I mean, we're preparing for the class. We're preparing for the event that's coming up next week. If you want me to talk about that, I only have like 15 more minutes.
I'll cover it. I'll cover it. It's an investor party event. I'll cover it.
Okay, don't forget the investor party promo code.
I won't.
I posted it in the group page today.
Great. Other than that, I think we're doing really, really well. We're definitely ahead of any goals and expectations. I'm going to be locking up another deal either today or tomorrow. I already have a buyer for it, so I should have that sold by middle of next week. And that is probably going to be somewhere between a $2,000 and $4,000 profit. So that's a good day.
$2,000 and $4,000. And how much time would you be spending on this total, roughly?
2 hours. And
Dustin's face right now. Oh, that's funny.
Jose is closing on 5 this week. 5.
Again, it's the volume. The price points, the profit spreads aren't huge until you realize how many you're doing at once, and then they're fantastic and they're quick. So depending on where you are in your portfolio, you should really be looking at strategies like this. Strategies that are quick and have high returns are things such as a physical asset of selling a mobile home, really doing books, cars, anything that Gary Vee talks about. It could be holding paper and selling notes. Those are quick because they're parts of a transaction and they're a very quick asset class. Most of it is personal property. Personal property, guys, those are your fastest transactions. Why? Because they don't involve a title. They have title, some, but they don't actually need you to go through the entire process of going through escrow, all the inspections, all the appraisals, blah, blah, blah. So when you're dealing with personal property, those transactions go much faster, okay? Thank you for joining us, Robin. I always love having you here. I'm glad you have people you can rely on.
I do. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
So we love you. Okay, so we're gonna talk more about our investor party and mobile home partners training that's coming up here. I have multiple people that I actually work with in mobile homes that are all incredible. They all offer something different and something of value. So we're gonna be talking about that as we go. Aaron Adams, Sinead Van Gundy, Jose Garcia, they're incredible human beings and I adore them all, just name a few. Okay, so let's go to Jamie, our financial planner. What is it that you need and what can we do to support you as a community?
Jacob, I actually, everything that you guys go over right now is basically has become my focus and what I'm learning. And I'm at that stage right now where I just need to start taking action because I'm, I was sort of focused on what you said Monday, like finding properties, but my focus has shifted, to solving problems and finding people. And so I had to kind of readjust a little bit, and I'm starting to market. I created a page, but I'm learning right now, about the different ways that I can start attracting buyers and attracting and just marketing. So I can't even tell you, how they say you don't know what you don't know. So I don't even know what to tell you. So I just every time I log into your Zoom meetings, I catch something that I find very useful. So I'm just very grateful for that opportunity. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure. We're very glad to have you. So what I love is that we were able to provide a change of mindset for you, which is going to be much more productive. What I feel we can offer as a community is a community for you. So if you were to go on to Investor Party and actually start talking with individuals, you're going to see we only let select people in. We don't just let everybody. I don't do boosts and stuff like that to have people go there. We're keeping this a mastermind of people who want to use their investing knowledge to create social change. We're using real estate as a vehicle to change the conversation of homelessness in our country. So if you need help getting started and taking action, what does taking action look like for you right now, Jamie?
Just taking action for me. Well, I'm not starting with much capital right now, so that's one thing. But so taking action also, I think it's just doing it the first, second, third time, just seeing what's next. I felt like if I took action, you know, I wouldn't have the paperwork I need to be able to lock in a deal. Like if I, you know, find, for example, it's something that makes sense, I just, you know, that's something that would hold me back. So I've been trying to put that together, but like I wouldn't know how to lock it in. And just say, okay, well, I have the paperwork that's relevant to the state that I live in, that I can use, and it's something that viable that can help me move on.
Where do you live again? What state?
It's New Jersey. New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if we have right here on this call with New Jersey. Marlon, he left. He's in Long Island. Sorry, losing. Well, it doesn't matter. We have people from New Jersey that can help you with that. So don't worry about the next step. You are here. You're at this step. Don't worry about this one yet. Do this step first. Okay? Because when you get that one going, this one you'll be ready for. And we'll move everything else over. Does that make sense? And you'll have plenty of help. Have you guys found that with our community that like when you get somewhere, if you actually reach out, there's usually help for you? Right? So just do the first step. We'll get through this. We got to get your pipeline funneled. Are you doing the call with us on Saturday with REI Black Book from 9 to 4?
I'm sorry, say it again?
Are you doing the training with REI Black Book from 9 to 4 this Saturday with us?
I just found out about it, but sure, yeah.
Perfect. The link is on under resources and investor party. Click on it. Go ahead and register. It's $37, 9 to 4. And you go ahead and take it. And it's going to talk to you about your marketing. And then if you are, if you're actually real estate survivor, I may or may not open this up to other individuals. I need to think about that. Because REI Black Book's going to open up to other individuals.
We also shared it, Jacob. We shared it on Facebook as well. So you can find the link on Facebook in case anyone wants to join. Because what's really neat about this is that they're going to help you set up all of these systems, right? They're going to be touching on some of the marketing and how you can start implementing those particular things. But overall, they're going to also help you set up the system so you don't miss anything that comes in, right? Because that's where we lose a lot, is into the follow-up. So I think it's a really good overall. It's kind of all day, but it's worth it to get your system set up.
Awesome. Thank you.
And Nelson, Elise, I'm sorry, I'm about to spring something on you guys. What Real Estate Survivor does not know, but they're about to find out right now, is that they're able to invite one person who they want to work with to our 4-week marketing challenge, which is going to be held and taught by REI Black Book. That being said, the people that they are working with are not allowed to be related to them. But that should help them incentivize to get people who are like-minded with them to help them build their business systems. So therefore, they can have someone around that's not a part of Real Estate Survivor. So Jamie, if you really want to get in, start kissing ass to people in Real Estate Survivor, and let's see if they want to bring you in. Why the hell not? I think I might also open it up to other members of Investor Party, but Real Estate Survivor is giving a different discount than the other population, which will also get a discount. I just have to make things up as I go. Okay, so Jessica Laney, what is it that you need from the community and how can we support you?
Anybody that wants to help with assisted living facilities is more than happy to give me a call and try setting up this project. And then finding investors. Sorry, I didn't have a chance to think about it.
So are you going back to the assisted living idea, or are you doing the trans recovery house?
It's kind of it's kind of going back and forth between the two right now because there's not as many doctors in the area as what I kind of thought there were. Like the closest one is kind of like Denver.
Not a bad idea though. So tell you what we should do. I know what Jessica needs. We need help researching in her area. If you would like to join me making calls to find out what she needs to look at that she may not consider, let me know and we'll start doing that. I'd like to have 2 people help me with that so we can go ahead and get that moving. Jessica's property is actually going to be one of the first ones that we're expanding into as part of our outreach program. So,
hey Jessica, where are you located again in Colorado?
Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We'll get you some help, honey. If anybody wants to help, put it in the chat box, okay? Things I would look at besides plastic surgeons, I would look at psychologists.
Yeah.
That's where they don't need
That
to.
was kind of the next idea was plastic surgeon.
Yes. God knows, when you have a Brazilian butt lift, you can't sit down for months on end. Otherwise, you get one deflated ass cheek. So you have to have some place you can stay and you can roll over in. So if you need to have a hotel for that, it's a good time. I'm not speaking from personal experience. My ass is all Southern fried cooking as a child. So
how's your Botox going? How's the
why did I say? It looks good today though, doesn't it? It's starting to kick in. It's only 2 days old. It's so much softer. Yeah. See, crow's feet are getting smaller. You see, if you start young, you never have to worry about getting old. It's true. Also, if you move to where everybody's dying, you stay younger forever. Yeah. Found you. You move to Boca in your 30s, you're younger.
Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny.
And the weather's great. So Pamela, what do you need and how can our community support you?
Okay, so I'm going to put it out this way. I want to be more active and participate more in helping Investor Party, but what I need help in is the cold call section, because I just don't seem to have much time for it.
Fair enough.
I'm good at, I can text and email and, ask the questions and follow up that way, but the initial cold call out, yeah.
Is Jessica still here? Because that's a great message. Jessica, take a look at the chat box.
Yeah.
So we need help with the cold call on your side, no problem. Actually, that's going to come in season 2, by the way. So for those of you, yes. So season 2 of Real Estate Survivor, what we're going to be doing is we're going to start building systems as teams, and you're going to be the head of a team. So once you train your team, they're going to take over the tasks that you no longer have time for because we've done our job and we've outgrown those tasks. And it's about showing you, okay, this you know 80%. You don't need to know 100, you know 80%. Now you can pass it off and you can go to the next level. And these people will bring it from 80 to 100. And then when they're ready, everybody levels up. Everybody's leveling up the entire time. And that's how our community continues to grow. So we will make sure we find help for you in the cold calls. I might be able to find someone here locally. I'll think of something.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, you read my mind, didn't you?
Well, now Jessica and I were discussing it. We wanted to have a talk with you about that. But
now or you want to wait? I'm fine. I'm right here.
You want to talk now on the call, or do you want to talk?
I mean, is it embarrassing? Do we need?
No. Actually, Robin got off. But I mean, look, we all know time is money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I'm just strapped for time. My business, my real estate business takes, my time and brings me money. So that's one of the reasons I'm willing to pay someone to make phone calls. And especially if it's through, the Sherlock Holmes situation, it would be wonderful. I'd be great to help out that way. And, oh, did she just take that photo? Oh, that's so cute. I thought she was sitting there looking at us, Jessica.
frozen and bitchy. That's all it
She
is.
froze, maybe that's it. Yeah, so that was something we had discussed, and you've been crazy the last few days. I haven't had time to talk to you.
It will make time.
Or myself, you know.
So that's something I want to get. It's just a matter of finding the right people who are persuasive on the phone.
You know, and that's one of the things, because I'd rather someone, and we've discussed this too, I'd rather someone make 50 or 75 calls, but have 3 or 4 true engagements and make appointments. And, you know, I keep thinking the way we want to do it is, you know, minimum wage with incentives for booking a call and another incentive for closing a deal, you know, knowing that they brought something of value to us. I mean, that's how my mind works with people, because you want them to not just say hi, hello, and get through the call really quick, but to make the connection. And
So another way to go about doing this is something I was going to be playing on with Real Estate Survivor Season 2, is going on and actually posting ads on Indeed for internships from college students. College students who do communication or want to learn more about sales. Those are great ways of getting it. Going to get new agents, because honestly, because you and I are licensed, we need to have licensed people making our calls for us. Now,
well, wait.
Asterisk.
Yeah.
They can accept.
Yeah.
Because
Sherlock Holmes. You're a
we're
nonprofit, and it's not in the state of Florida. I'm not calling. That's the second thing. And the other thing you really should look at is you say an intern, but also service hours. It is very, very difficult to find someplace with COVID for high school kids, seniors, to get their service hours in.
Yeah.
They need to graduate. So you should look into that.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, just because I heard there's a problem in Broward County. Yeah, Nelson, you know, hit me up if you need something.
Great. She wants help with Investor Party. That's what she's referring to. Fantastic. Okay, so does anybody have anything that they want to share that they know they need from the from our community? Josh?
Well, I just wanted to throw out there, I'll be speaking for my beautiful wife too. She had to run out and take Jack to a dentist appointment. But we both have been blessed enough to come into some substantial investment capital that we both need to put to work very quickly. For myself, I was able to, I wanted to chime in yesterday or the other day on the TSP call, but I'm one of those federal employees, and I had a bit of money in my
message.
TSP.
I was like, Josh, get on this call now.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that, by the way. I really do. I was like just heading out the door to go to work in the afternoon, but you know, since I started doing all this stuff, you know, and they talk about the, you know, using your self-directed IRA, you know, I had a lot of money in my TSP after, you know, over 28 years of working for the government. But since I'm still currently employed with the government under previous rules, the only way for me to really get at that money is either to retire or to quit my job. But that CARES Act provision, to be able to pull money out of your 401k without penalty, unfortunately, they applied that to the TSP too. And that was like a dream come true for me, to be able to pull some of that money out of there and be able to put it to work in things that I have more direct control over. Because unfortunately, when it's in the TSP, you've got like 6 fund investments you can choose from, and that's it. And they're all basically some version of the stock market or a government bond that's paying less than 1% right now. So I have that.
What's funny, if I may jump in for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
What's funny is, for those of you who are, and Jamie, you should hear this too, because I'm actually going to tie it into your industry in a second. What he's asking is, it's so funny, because you look at these calls, which I love. You got people who need help because they need money. So they need to do a deal to make money, right? Then you have other investors who need their money to grow. And it's the same stress on both of them. But it always feels like the other person, especially if you're just getting started, they always feel like that, no, I would love to have that problem. No. You see, Josh, what he's doing, the capital he's now been able to access, he only has a limited amount of time that he could actually grow that money So he is on a time crunch to really benefit from it.
3
So
years.
it's a different type of problem, it's a different type of stress, but it's something we can acquire and do together. So for example, Jamie, who's a financial planner and in the financial services, and is, Jamie, you're a fiduciary, aren't you?
No.
You're not
I'm
fiduciary?
66326.
Okay, got it. So, so you sell insurances and other annuities, things
Mutual
like
funds,
that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jamie sells financial products. The interesting thing about this is in a typical transaction, you would have someone like Josh give his money to someone like Jamie to grow it. And Jamie will grow it, and then in return, he would take a fee or a percentage or a commission, depending on where he is in his business model or what state he's in, so on and so forth. And then Josh would get, forgive me, the dregs of what was left over from him.
Right.
So, but now what we can do in a different way, okay? Now this is different. Say Jamie finds a deal. If it makes the right returns that meets Josh's criteria, he can contact Josh and they can do the deal together. So the fact that Jamie doesn't have capital shouldn't stop him from looking, because as long as he knows that he's developed trust within his community, the community can support it. And if he knows how to put a presentation together, which is what his skill set needs to develop as, then Jamie can review it, or Joshua can review it and start partnering with him on certain deals and transactions. Same thing with what Jessica was saying. She's looking for investors as well. So again, different problems aren't problems. There's someone else can solve them here. You see what I'm saying? One of my favorite things that I love to do with financial planners, and I touched on this a little bit the other day, is if you learn how to partner with your clients, you can all make much higher returns. The difference is it's no longer an arm's length transaction. So you gotta be careful with that. There are absolutely things you can do, because absolutely if you're an investor, if you're a financial planner that's not investing, then you're obviously doing something wrong. But Jamie, clearly you are doing something correctly because you're here. You asked the right questions. So things like that should help. Now, Autumn, my dear, I don't know if you're available right now, but you're muted, and I would love to hear from you. It's been forever since you've been on here. How have you been, my Hawaiian gorgeous princess?
Jacob, I just love you, everything about you.
Love you back, baby.
So my video is obviously off because it is slightly earlier here, and I have 3 children in the background, so I apologize in advance.
I'm not wearing pants, if that helps.
You know what? My husband and I, we have been kind of in a lull, and as I'm listening to everything that everyone is saying, it's some of the same things, like fear to call. Actually, while you're talking, I'm pulling numbers from RESS. I'm cleaning out my REI Black Book. Like, I'm doing the things, and I'm very good at doing the things, but we're not as strong with, 1, the follow-up, and 2, kind of the hand holding that I think we were expecting to kind of get through, like from point A to point Z. Similarly, we just found out that we were able, because of COVID, to pull some extra money out from our TSP. So we have funding, but we just need like a little bit more guidance and direction. So recently, that's what we've been looking for, is like a mentor or somebody to be able to help us be able to do a deal, get it started, and move from point A, because REI Black Book is amazing for reaching out to people and doing the texting and the cold calling and all of those things. But yeah, we're just trying to get to the next level. So expand, the properties that we already have. So yeah, that's where we're at right now.
I love that. And thank you for being, so let me tell you guys, it's funny. And then I'm gonna let Josh say something, but Autumn, what's interesting, and I want you guys to recognize this too, it's always something is going really, really well. Like, oh, I got this money, now what do I do with it? Or something is falling apart. Like, I don't know what to do when I get a transaction, right? Or it's the other way around. Oh, I know what to do with a transaction, I don't need money. Like, it's always something, right? Or I've got both and I have no time, so on and so forth. It's kind of the way it works. But in our heads, we have this idea that everything grows and improves at the same time. Well, let me tell you, it don't work that way. Okay, it's all like this plate's gonna spin, and then this one's over here, and that one's gonna fall, but I'm gonna put something else up there instead. It's constantly going. You're absolutely where you should be. You are. And the hand holding comes from, well, with the company we were with, the organization that we used to be with, it was because you guys had a network to create that community. But for those of you who were at any of our live events with the company I was with, you saw, no matter how much I yelled and screamed from the front of the stage, looking like Liberace in his smoking jacket, no one would actually get out there and talk to each other and capitalize the right way. The ones who did, all of you know. Javier was a great networker. Jose was a great networker, and that's why they're here, because they kept up those relationships. Now, that being said, everything is changing in the days of COVID. So on Investor Party, well, we're just a giant mastermind. We're a networking group. Some of us have a lot of education, some of us have no education, everything in between. So just come, you're gonna see what's going on. I'm going to encourage you to join the call this Saturday. It's gonna be early for you because it's 9 to 4 Eastern. Sorry about it. So don't know what you're gonna do about it, but we're gonna do it 9 to 4.
Waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning this week, we're like, okay, let's hustle, let's go, let's move it.
Well, that's one way to do it, right? Just grind, grind, grind. So yeah, if you can do it, and actually it was funny, who is it? So have you been on any of your calls where I had Tim Sperry from Smog Armor on here yet? Have you seen any of them?
No, but they're all recorded. I try to catch them after you do them, but like I said, the past, I think, month, we've been a little like,
That's okay. That happens. And that's where having a team has been important. Tim has been an incredible asset to my power team, even though he's not in real estate. He is in real estate. He was a commercial broker, just like we worked together on that stuff. But when he developed Smog Armor, he started to raise his vibrations. What I mean
yes, I did. You guys are talking about Buddha and the Badass, which I bought. Yes.
If you're not reading that book, get it. It's probably on backward, on second edition, print, whatever. It's amazing. It's sold out in a few places. But when you are trying to level up, he now gets up at 4:30 every morning.
Yeah.
Because he's an asshole and wants everybody else to feel like a lesser human being because of it. But I'm kidding. He's an amazing human being. I love him to death, asshole. And he gets up at 4:30. He has an hour of silence. He then goes and does his workout. He's back home. He's done more by 6:30 in the morning than most people do all day long. And he continues to grind that way. So if you're doing that right now, you're on the right track. So just really work on your morning routine. Start looking at something there's a really great book called Miracle Morning. Take a look at that.
I bought that as well. You guys also talked about it.
Oh, you're paying attention. I love it. Yes. So once you get your mindset going every morning, it really makes a huge difference. I know for me, and I was talking to my my high performance coach yesterday, Eva. I was saying, I notice if I don't meditate and I don't do my writing in the morning or my reading, my day is nowhere near as fluid.
Jacob,
So
I think I'm just trying to become a mini you because I also decided to work with Eva.
Oh my God, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Just do the work. I did 2 rounds with her. Okay, and I started with her in January. You know what else I did in January? I started a nonprofit. Yeah. And look what happened 6 months later.
Right.
We're now expanding across the country with you guys.
Right. I love
It's
it.
amazing what you guys can do with the team. And Chase, welcome to the call. I'm so glad you can make it on. So if you guys are getting stuck,
thanks, man.
For Chase, for Autumn, for Jamie, for all of us, if you're getting stuck, it's because you don't have a team. A team is someone you can actually call and ask for advice. So there are also people you can call and vent to, because you're going to get frustrated. You know what? That's fine. You don't want to hold on to those emotions, because when you hold on to frustration, they'll turn to anger. You'll either be mad at yourself, or you'll be mad at a situation or a circumstance. You'll blame them, which is going to lower your vibration and slow you down anyway. So do not go there. Have a team that can help you either by delegating tasks to, getting advice from, venting to, and offer something back. Because the act of giving back is energizing on its own, okay? It's energizing on its own. So last time I showed you guys, I'm not gonna keep you guys much longer because we've gotta go and run to Restore and stuff like that. Last time we had our call, I showed you how to go on to Facebook and find different groups in your area and how to add them to your profile and what you can say every day to copy and paste and put them on there so you can generate business to yourself. Now, I don't know if you have done that, but we're going to do more of that on Thursday. So, or Friday, after our market update with Emily, okay? So we're gonna have our stock market update with Emily on Friday, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start talking about some of these systems so you guys can have an idea, because the next day is Saturday, which is our RA Black Book marketing challenge from 9 to 4. You can go to the investor parties under resources, click on the link, it's $37. We're not getting anything from it. We're taking it with you. Elise and I and Nelson, we're taking it too. So we're going to be there with you guys. But the idea is that you guys have to start thinking, okay, you can learn all you want about mobile homes or single family homes or commercial buildings or blah, blah bullshit. You can learn all you want. And at some point you're going to look and you're going to recognize you know a ton, but you've never done anything. And because of that, you're scared to do something because now you know too much. That was where I was. I knew too much. So I had to break that and I had to take certain action steps. Don't worry about knowing everything. You're a part of a community who will be able to answer those questions for you. I won't know everything, but I'll know how to find them. I'll be sending you guys to Nelson. Hey, how do I deal with this system? I don't know, ask him. He's a smart Asian guy. I have no idea, that's why we brought him on. He's got a great smile and he's hung like a horse. Awesome. Hey, what do I need to know about annuities? I have no clue. Ask Jamie. He's the one that deals with them all day. I hate those products, but I'm glad you can. I'll turn your house into an annuity. Watch how I do it. Yay. Or if you want to know more about like how to sell a mobile home in a 55 and older community, ask Michael. He's 71. He looks great for his age. He knows how to do it. Love you, Michael. So it doesn't matter. We're going to get it going. He's going to curse me out later. So it's okay to ask questions, guys. It's okay to feel a little lost. But what I do want you to do between now and Friday, between now and Friday, is go to your Facebook account and Instagram, and I want you to search wholesale groups and your zip code, or wholesale your zip code, flippers your zip code, mobile home investors your zip code, your town, whatever it is, whatever combination you want to create. I want you to find 25 pages. If they're not in your area, then expand it. Look for places where you got family members, even if they're in different states. I don't care. I just want you to get used to taking an action item. Add them to your page and create a spreadsheet with that information. If you don't know what that looks like, go ahead and look again. Well done, Jamie. Go ahead and look again at our call that was on Monday. Sounds about right. And
I think it was on Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did Tuesday night.
Well, here's a better idea. If you want help, here, I'm going to pimp you guys out. If you want help making that spreadsheet, I want you to ask one of the following people to help you. Raise your hand when I call your name. Pamela, Bo, Nelson, Michael. I want you to ask, and Derek. I want you to ask one of those individuals and they'll be able to show you how to create that spreadsheet. So now I'm making you guys accountable to reaching out, asking for help, and building a community.
Jacob, even if they need, for some reason, if someone needs help searching and finding the 25, you can reach out to me.
See? You guys could create a group Zoom call. You can even have up to, I think, 8 people on one Facebook Messenger and share a screen. No, nothing wrong with that. It's up to you guys, though, to build your business. You can't do it by yourself. If you're stuck, it's because you're doing it by yourself still. Knock that shit off. You have been trying to do it on your own this entire time, which is why you are where you are. You're not happy with it, so change it. Make your team matter to you. Build it with people who give a damn and want to see you succeed. I don't think anybody on this call wants me to fail. I know I don't want anybody on this call to fail either. I want to see you succeed, and I know you want the same for me, which is why we're here, right? Like-minded people. So from my heart to yours, I love you guys. I'm glad you're here. And one more time, because she wasn't here before, happy birthday, Dorothy. Yay! We sang to you earlier, but you weren't.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
There, I'm finally off mute. I did hear you sing.
Oh.
Thank you very much for that. I missed everybody last night. And I've been trying to listen in and multitask and everything else, but it's all good. So I appreciate everybody on the team. And that is what I am truly thankful for right now.
You know what's really interesting, Dorothy, well, about Dorothy rather? So we have so many different levels of people on this call, of different investment levels and real estate knowledge. Dorothy's a badass. And why she couldn't celebrate her birthday on her birthday was because she was at like a community.
I was at a planning board meeting getting yelled at about LED lights.
I mean, okay. Raise your hand if you even know how to get involved with that. Actually, I do know how to get involved with that. Like, who'd want that responsibility?
Yeah. It was an hour and a half of grilling and questions, and it was lovely.
All over LED lighting.
And I had to smile and answer questions the whole time.
I'm sure no one could have done it better, honey. I do have one question about it though. One question about LED lights. Why do they make everyone look so garish? Nothing makes me more frustrated than seeing an LED light that's going to last for 10,000 years and it's going to make me look like I'm sallow and sickly. Why can't they come up with a better color? I know.
Well, it depends. Are you looking at 4,000 Kelvin, which is a white light, or 3,000 Kelvin,
yellow
soft light? Or are you on a beach that has circles and then it's a 2,000 Kelvin light that has an amber red hue?
Jacob doesn't care how many Kelvins, just as long as one comes.
It makes him look good.
Look good. Yeah, so, and over on your coast, you're going to have to yell at FP&L on that. So, not me.
I'm actually blushing. That's actually.
This is how much we love you. We make jokes for you.
Oh, Jesus. So, yeah. Oh my God, I'm actually hot. That was funny. Derek, you asshole. Okay, guys, you're wonderful. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the party for those of you who are new. Get involved. Go to Investor Party. Chaseworks, we're approving you now. Get involved. See what we've got going on. We do have our mobile home Investor Party training coming up next week.
Tuesday and Wednesday night, 7 to 9.
Tuesday and Wednesday, and we have the discount code is on Investor Party if you guys want to join. I think it's Party 2020, I think. Yeah. So go and sign up through our website. You have to go through our platform. Remember, it's a private platform. You can go in and sign up there. Guys, oh, and the idea behind the training is you actually do something. It's supposed to be interactive.
And
do what we tell you to do when we tell you to do that.
It's very specific. That's what's good about Jose.
And we're going to be doing the same thing with Survivor Season 2. So, and if you know anybody who wants to go ahead and sign up for the stock market course, stockmarketsurvivor.com. Invite your friends and family. Have a go there. If you're not a part of Real Estate Survivor, you are allowed to do Stock Market Survivor, but you can only do one course at a time. So I want you taking what you learn and applying it. Josh, you had one thing you wanted to share about Dustin Lynn.
Yeah, I just wanted to tag on to the stuff I was saying earlier that, and I think it's funny, it's one of those things where sometimes through these processes, we meet people and they're like, look, here's how you should do, it's like, and here's how you should do things. And maybe at the time we don't understand why, but if you go ahead and do it, sometimes that reason comes apparent later. And one of those ways is, when I first signed up with Elite and then I hooked up with Anderson, got going and understanding more about the advantages of LLCs and corporations and whatever, was able to set Dusty up with a corporation for her consulting business and event business. And even at times we would sit there and wonder, like, is this really to her advantage and whatever. Well, in recent times, again, with all the COVID stuff, and anyway, make long story short, I encouraged her to go in and just apply for one of those SBA economic injury loans, which she could do because she had an EIN for her corporation. Lo and behold, they actually approved her for $20,000, which she just got yesterday. So I wanted to throw that out there too. She's looking to start doing investments on her own to build her own portfolio. And she has, you know, her goals to do with that money, which I think is fantastic, because every once in a while in life, you get that break that literally can change the path of your life forever if you take it and make the right moves with it. And so I just wanted to put that out there. She has that. You know, I have my goals and my timelines for her money, but she has this money of her own that she's going to start using to change her own personal situation and build her own portfolio with. So her goals and parameters might be a little bit different than mine. So if anybody has things they want us to look at, please, by all means, let us know and we'll take a look at it. And if it's something that looks good, then
what we're doing,
we can work something out
with Dustin and Josh, which we've already talked about, is I'm going to be, if you've got, for smaller capital, I like to use it as transactional funding or bridge funding. So they get points or percentages based on short-term use, so it grows quicker. It's not a lot of money, but it's the volume that creates those returns. So actually, Josh, I was going to call you later. Josh is one of my investors here in the house. We're learning to flip cars. Next week, Jose is coming. We're actually putting a system together to make that actual model because the buyer backed out again. So we're gonna put it into an actual system when he gets here next week, which is gonna again turn and flip the profits over and over and over again. That's the idea. You're not gonna know everything. It's not always gonna be easy. It's not gonna be transparent. That's not because it's not you. It's not a reflection on who you are as an investor. It's just a learning curve. Don't make it don't take that on. You're going to be okay. You're gonna get there. Just be patient with yourself.
Not about knowing everything, but it's about knowing that when you don't know, you know somebody who does.
Well said, Derek. Maximum Derek. Yeah, I know he's wise, right? He looks like Jesus. He's like a stone Jesus out there. So anyway, guys, we're hanging up. Love you to pieces. Mwah. Derek, we gotta go. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Where are you guys going?
We gotta go. Do you want to come with